Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's time for another light novel review, and what a light novel. First and foremost, this is definitely a good light novel for those that are in stages of grief. I myself, I'm there. Um, I like to say that that is a time where or a hope of grief eventually ending, but it doesn't. You just kind of continue with it, and it's been about 15, 16 months since my father died, and for some people, it's like, okay, get over it, but it's still it's been a while, but it feels like it was just yesterday, and this book just brought a lot of emotions to me. I will say, if you're in your initial stages of grief, this might be a little bit too much for you. So I am warning you from the get go. This definitely is about grief. So, before anything, guys, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. This was brought to you by Yenon. They sent me this copy for me to review for you guys. Um, Yen Press and Yenon, same company. Yen Press is the manga side. Yenon is the light novel side. They make light novels X and Y. Most of them are manga based, or at least eventually become manga. A lot of different type of genres, but this one in particular is, and I've actually done a lot of these lately, to be honest. These hardcover typically are a one standalone volume, so there's no volumes beyond this one. And secondly, they're hardcover, which will give a little bit of higher price, but there is places to buy like online. So check out the description below to buy it at a cheaper price. Make sure you use those coupons, especially right now in the summer. There's coupons left and right, so make sure you're using them. Okay. Words in the back says, if you could see someone you've lost one more time, what would you tell them? The synopsis is really, really, really good, and really puts it all uh, it wraps it up. So, at the beginning of spring, a train in Kamakura derails, causing numerous deaths. 2 months later, rumors spread of a ghost at Nishi-Yuigahama station with the power to send people back to the day of the terrible accident on the very train that was doomed. The story attracts a woman who lost her fiance in a disaster, a young man who lost his father, a teenage boy who lost his first love, and the late train conductor's wife. An opportunity to see their deceased loved ones seems almost too good to be true. What would they do now? They have it. Um, I've read up to halfway through of the third chapter, so I haven't read about the conductor's wife. Um, I did read a review before going into this because I didn't know much about it, and a lot of people were angry or just kind of not disturbed, but they felt ill with the third chapter, and I can understand why. The death of a boy, so on and so forth. Um, that one, although I cannot connect with it, it is a tough one to read. I will say that. As a father of four children, uh, if any of them would, it's a tragedy. It really is. The train itself, it wasn't like if someone tried to kill him, right? So, um, if any of my daughters were part of a tragedy, their bus flipped or school shooting, or whatever it is, it's hard as a parent to just put yourself in that position. No parent wants to bury a child, especially at a young age. Um, I look at my kids every morning, every night. I wish I could just be looking at them every night, make sure that they're breathing the entire time and stuff like that. You know, it's one of those things. Even now that I have four kids, um, I still do that to my babies. Like each time I wake up to go to the restroom, I check on every single one of them, make sure they're all breathing and stuff like that. So it does hit pretty hard. The first one is about a fiance, soon to be bride. Fiance died in the car in the train. So that one hits hard. There's a lot of flashbacks and tones to that. Um, I mean, losing the love of your life is also very hard. Um, and I can connect to all three of these, right? Um, obviously, I'm married. Losing my wife would wreck me. So just seeing the hope and the plans for the future, it's just it was very sad. Um, but there is closure, which is why, like I said, it is a lot about grieving. So there's a lot of emotions that they go through. Um, and then the father one was also the one I connected the most because, like I said, it's been a year and a half since I lost my father, and it still hits me hard. And I'm gonna be honest, I put down this book a few times because, and I still haven't finished it because it was hard. It was hard to go through it. I myself am still grieving on it. Even with the fiance and them seeing their plans and all that. I've been mm, I've been a good son and foundation for my mother's grief as well, and just her going through her times of just anger, of her having all these dreams and hopes and wants for the future between her and my late father, and now not being able to fulfill any of those dreams and hopes, and it's hard for her. So even the first chapter, I connected it to my father because my mom is also grieving, and as a son, I have to be there for her, and it's difficult. So, um, very good story. I really, really like it. Going into it, I thought it was gonna have a big portion of like um spiritual, mythical kind of side of it, and it really doesn't. Like it is not heavy on that, which I kind of appreciated. It is not very much on that side. I will say, if you're looking for that, this would definitely not be for you. But it is a really good read. I'm very surprised with the latest books that I've light novels that I've read. This one is one that I read this summer, as well as this one. Uh, they've been really, really good. So check this one out. Let me know what you guys think. It is a pretty good book. Yem On is doing a great job in choosing these, to be honest. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this. Check it out, Yenon, yenpress.com. Yenon is their subdivision of light novels. Give them some love. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And like always, don't be strangers. I'm sorry for crying.